And welcome to Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. Now, more than ever, I'm Jeff Keneng. And now for the rest of the week, we're going to concentrate on three very crucial by-elections that are coming up on the 20th of September, namely Starehe, Makadara, and Juja. And the candidates are out there campaigning, doing their thing, trying to convince you, the voters. So we're going to try and get as many of them as we can on the bench. Those who want to come will come. Those who don't, well, that's their problem. The bench moves on. So, without wasting time, let's go straight into Starehe, where we're sitting right now. Actually, the Norfolk is part of Starehe constituency. And the bishop, yes, right, the one who was there in the seat for about 2.5 years. And then it was nullified, and she's gone back to the drawing board, and she says she's going to win. She speaks to God directly. Maybe God has told her. Let's ask. Jesus is Alive Ministries Bishop, former Housing Assistant Secretary, Assistant Minister, and also former Member of Parliament for Starehe. But she says she's coming back. Bishop Margaret Wanjiru. Bishop.
Yes.
Welcome to the bench.
Thank you.
In your constituency.
Yes.
We're sitting in Starehe.
Welcome on board. We're in Starehe right now. Yeah.
Bishop, were you surprised when the court nullified that election in Starehe?
No, I was not surprised because that was the better way to go. For somebody to sit in court and think that he'll be given a free seat, it was unacceptable to us. And so our argument was that cannot happen. And for the judge to rule 38, let's say out of about 41 pages of ruling, 38 and a half, almost 39 pages were in our favor. The judge did acquit me of all the allegations that were said about me. I don't know we bribed, I don't know we stole from who. The judge said those things never happened. So that was a good thing for me. But the judge said, since we are not clear of what happened post-election, so go back to election. Now that's good. There are some things, Jeff, that you must bring to an end. There are chapters that you must close. And the Starehe elections is a chapter that we would like to close. Hoping that, because also sometimes you are dealing with people who are never satisfied with whatsoever results, with whatsoever margin of winning, that there are some people in this country that never accept that they lose. So they will never accept it. Yeah. So hoping that this time around, if they do lose, they will accept it.
But you're not discouraged at all, Bishop.
I'm not discouraged. Apparently, I'm very happy. I'm very happy because we spent 2.5 years in court. When I was vying in 2007, I promised my people development, which I have delivered, at least some of the things that I promised. However, my promise was not that I'll spend most of the time in court. That was not part of my agenda. My agenda was that I'm coming to Parliament to help the people of Starehe to develop their lives and to just create wealth for the people of Starehe, because we have a lot of poverty in Starehe. And we had an agenda. So for us to spend 2.5 years in court was really a waste of time. And for us to cut out that wastage, let's go back for a by-election. Yeah.
Starehe, you just mentioned, Bishop, that there's so much poverty in Starehe.
There is so much poverty.
Right in the middle of the city.
Yes, there is so much poverty. One day in 2007, as we were doing campaigns, some youth called me and said, come, but now use the other entrance, the Madare Kosovo entrance. And I went there in the slums, and as we were talking, they told me where to stand, so as to speak to everybody who was, a higher stage where you can speak to everyone. Everyone can see when you are speaking. I was wearing open shoes. So I went and stood up there, and I didn't know what I was stepping on. But I could feel my shoes are sinking down, my legs are getting wet, but I don't want to ask, what are we doing here? Yeah. And since it was a little bit rainy, I thought it's the rain, maybe I'm stepping on some wet grass. What I didn't know is that when people go to the toilet, they use the paper bags as a flying toilet. Yes. So then they roll it like this and they throw, and that was the place where they throw.
That's where you were standing?
That's where I was standing. So when I finished, as my youth were escorting me to the car, I said to one of them, a close friend of mine, he's called Jemo, I said, Jemo, sasa na nyinyi miguu yangu imekuwa wet, nilikuwa nakanyanga nini hapo? Wakaniambia, hata tusikuambie. Najua kwa tunanga choo. Hapo ndio tunatupanga kila kitu. Really, that touched my heart. And I made a promise in Madare. I made a promise to the people all over the slums that my #1 agenda will be to build toilets, to build bathrooms, washing bays for mothers where they can wash their clothes, to give them sanitation blocks that can even provide security lights and provide water points for the whole village.
Are you doing that, Bishop?
Oh yes, I've done that. I have 12 projects going on right now, and some of them are already complete and in use. I've already done that, Jeff, despite the 2.5 years. Very stressful in court, consuming a lot of time. Sometimes you go to court the whole day, but I still had time to work for the people, and we have implemented, out of 15 projects, we have implemented 12 sanitation blocks. Some of them are complete. They are using them. They are very happy. They are, what would I say? They are such a high standard, the way we have built them, that even the people in the slum are looking forward for one day for their houses to look as good as the sanitation blocks.
And let's not forget, Bishop, let's not forget, you come from very humble beginnings, don't you?
I come from poverty.
Oh, yes.
I was raised up in poverty, so I understand the pains of the people. Unfortunately, in Starehe in the past, we have had members of parliament who are there before me. They could not even go to the slums. They never sort of like created unity with the people of the slums. They did not feel them. They did not know their problems. So they did not have their priorities right. I go to the slums. I walk with these people. I work with them. Mi ushinda huko tunatembea, tunaongea, we do projects together so that I can feel the people. I can know their pain. You cannot deliver somebody from their poverty, from their problems, from their situations if you cannot feel them. It must be something in your heart, not just in your head.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the struggles, the pain, the poverty, the kind of problems that we go through in Starehe. They are not just in my head, they are in my heart.
What makes you, Bishop, what makes you think that you are the person, the right person for the job?
Because I'm the people's choice. You did not hear me say, I will win a seat. I say, we will, because it's me and the people. I know the people's choice. The first day when the court ruling was done, I went to the Ministry of Housing, I went to the office, I had a press conference and finished. And then I thought, let me go pass by the church office and then go home. As I went to the church office, the place was packed. I was shocked. So I was like, mnafanya nini huku? They said, we have come to make sure. You know, in Kikuyu we said, rago agoa. We have come to make sure, hauanguki, you are not turning back. Tunarudia uchaguzi and you are our chosen candidate.